Signing off from the Palestra. Here is Purdue and Northwestern.
And welcome to those of you who are watching the game at the Palestra, Purdue and Northwestern. About 6.5 minutes in here at Mackey Arena. The Boilers jumped out to a 7-0 lead. Northwestern has battled back. 3-point game right now as Fletcher Lawyer misses there. Away with it.
Barnheiser sought out contact, but I thought on the spin he had a chance just to shoot a little fade. Took it in and lost it.
Braden Smith for three.
Well, he's got such a great handle. That ball is attached.
Good buddy, Gene Cady.
Yeah, we got a chance to see Coach as he was coming in today. Love seeing his presence here in Mackey.
It's Colvin into the game for the first time for the Boilers. Lawyer on the drive and the foul. You know, on both ends. Let's C.J. Cox give us a little bit of a spark, and then maybe for Miles, including 4 for Barnheiser and Martinelli between them, their 2 best players.
Well, Purdue is loading up on the strong side defensively and daring Northwestern to try to look cross court for an open look.
And Smith hits the 3, and the Boilermakers up.
He needs to be a little bit selfish.
He's trapped here. Martinelli able to get out of it. Now Leach on the drive. This is Justin Mullins with the shot clock at 5. Barnheiser goes up, draws the foul, and he will go to the line. They join Michigan State, one of only 2 teams in the Big Ten by Purdue. I was talking about it with Matt Painter yesterday. He said, you know what, I look, shot clock at 10, knocked away there by K.J. Wyndham, the freshman from Indy. And the other side, it's Justin Mullins who lays it in.
And that's going to be a key for Northwestern if they're going to get back into this game. They've got to make some stops, get out in transition, and get some easy buckets.
Chris Collins saying yesterday, we turn teams over a lot. We need to get baskets off of them, those live ball turnovers, and they did exactly that on that possession. Kari Harris is fouled on his way to the hoop. Very much here early on this year after Barnheiser came back.
And he came in against that Penn State pressure. He was aggressive. Braden Smith, I mean, he is a difficult guard to corral and harass.
This Northwestern that's having all kinds of trouble on the offensive end, though. Jalen Leach able to hit there. I'm worried not for him.
Foot shot off of either elbow. Nice execution by the Wildcats.
That one knocked away by Leach, and now Leach with Heidi following. He is fouled, and Leach will go to the free throw line. That's the 2nd foul on Cam Heidi.
Allows he and his teammates to get off offensively here.
Field goals so far in this game. The rest of the Wildcats combined have hit 2, and then Leach leaves 2 points at the free throw line.
Well, you're talking about Northwestern's struggles. Barnheiser and Martinelli are 1 of 7 combined with 5 turnovers between the 2 of them. So Northwestern fortunate to only be down this much.
And Colvin out of the corner hits a guy who'd been 1 of Harris. Here's Sha'Carri Harris. No one stops the ball, and Harris gets his easiest 2 of the year. They're shooting 53%. The Cats under 30. Here's Smith driving on Barnheiser. Tries to get him in the air. Eventually does. Now drops it off to first, who throws it down.
Who's going to snatch his teammates up and get them riled up for Northwestern? Somebody needs to put some fire underneath these Wildcats to get them to compete.
Smith with a step back, and it goes. Braden Smith off to a fabulous start. Northwestern with 20 to shoot. There's Hunger on the baseline. This is Angelo Cheravino, the freshman on the drive, and he gets the roll.
Oh, I love the use of that left shoulder by. They are earning more and more minutes every time they hit the floor.
Chris Collins telling me yesterday they've been a little slow to pick things up on the defensive end, and that's been the challenge in terms of getting the minutes, but he is really high on both of them. He thinks they're going to be stars. Meanwhile, Fletcher Lawyer already is a star. He's got 5.
Martinelli, I think they've done a pretty good job of almost denying him the basketball. He's only got 2 attempts.
Here's Cheravino. Off glass and in. So Angelo Cheravino, 2nd straight game. He's given North half with 13 points. Shot clock at 10. Shot clock at 5. He's got the freshman on him. Nice shake and bake move, and Smith hits.
Man, I mean, full speed, hits the brakes, pull back dribble into a beautiful jumper. Braden Smith in his bag early.
Here's Sheravino out of the corner. That is an air ball. And another freshman cocks the other way. Here's First through the lane, and he draws the foul. With 15 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. They're ready to go. We could go to them right now, and they would handle this flawlessly.
Oh, you know, Mike Hall trying to find one of their main cogs.
I was talking to Matt Painter yesterday. He said, you know, you've got to take one of their big 4 away. I mean, they've taken 3 of the big 4 away. Leach is the only guy who's done anything as Fletcher Lawyer hits.
And Northwestern has nice positional size, and so a lot of times they can attack in different ways. High ball screen action here.
Smith working on Justin Mullins. Goes to the fadeaway and hits. 17 for Braden Smith.
The basket is as big as an ocean right now for Braden Smith as confidently as he's shooting the ball.
And now Barnhizer turns it over again. Palpable frustration from Brooks Barnhizer.
Well, you referenced it, Dave. He's coming back home. Done a fantastic job of bottling him up.
Chris Collins wants his team to give a foul here. They have one to give. They didn't do it, but Smith misses the 3. And the Wildcats clear the rebound and will clear the floor after a nightmarish first half for them.
Very difficult for those two.
There's Leach was really the only bright spot in the first half for the Wildcats. Justin Mullins getting the second half start. Place of Ty Barry. Luke Hunger starting the second half for the Cats as well. So a little shake-up in the lineup for Chris Collins, and Jalen Leach hits. He goes into double figures for the 5th time in the last 6 games.
That was a heck of a pass under duress by Nick Martinelli. That hook pass across court right into the shooting pocket. Beautiful feed.
Kaufman-Renn spins and hits.
Ty Barry, excuse me, Jalen Leach.
In the first half, at Northwestern, 2 quick fouls to start the second.
You know, just to add to what, oh man, that's gonna drive Coach Collins crazy. Especially in a place like this. You get down to these boilers in Mackey Arena. It's a tough hill to climb.
They have won 53 of their last 56 home games as Luke Hunger hits the pull-up for definitely helps.
Yes.
This is such an intimidating place to come and play, and the paint crew not here today because classes don't resume until a week from tomorrow. So if there's a time to come here, it's now, but certainly hasn't worked in Northwestern's favor. There's Brooks Barnhizer.
Who was doing defensively. That was Northwestern's fewest points and a half this season. So expect them to have a nice bounce back, but Purdue all over.
Miles Colvin, his second 3.
And he's not going to back down, though.
3 out of the corner. C.J. Cox. Day, it's your day, and it is Purdue's day in a big way. Leach can't hit, Cox the rebound, and here come the Boilers on the run. Alley-oop for Colvin, and he's fouled by Mullins. And lost the Illini by 30, and turned around the next game. And
I mean, that's, you know, those 3 or 4 games, every team has that. It's still even got shots up on the rim.
Well, that's what's impressed me so much. Purdue's been great on the offensive end, but it's this end of the court. It's that defensive end as Sheravino loses it on the way up. Now Colvin the other way, and Kaufman-Renn throws it down.
Trey Kaufman-Renn. That's what you love when big fellas run the floor like that. They get rewarded for their effort.
Martinelli. And he finally gets a basket. Those are the first 2 points for the Big Ten second leading scorer.
That was a nice defensive switch between Heide and Colvin.
Barnhizer can't get it to go, but tips it back up and in. It's 9 for Brooks Barnhizer. Haven't really talked about it, but Barnhizer
Trying to help his teammate out. 2 hands on the screener. Got caught.
Nice feed inside. Kaufman-Renn able to gather and lay it in.
I mean, it's a tough cover what Northwestern's trying to defend TKR in the post.
6 assists for Smith, moves him into second on the Purdue assist list all time. Barnhizer wanted to call, didn't get it. And now he is called for a foul, trying to poke it away from Smith. Continues at the pace he's on in terms of assists.
Sounds crazy to some people, but if you watch the game, you understand what's going on.
COVID, he was not able to see him play live. Pretty amazing what he has become, a very lightly recruited player. That one's blocked away by Colvin, showing off his athleticism.
Great timing there. Looked like Barnhizer was wide open. All of a sudden, number 5 comes in. Not this time, Brooks.
Now you understand why Colvin finished second in the high school slam dunk contest to Michigan State's Cone Carr. He has some serious explosiveness. Now Martinelli able to work his way to the line.
So points, rebounds, and blocks, whereas Brady
said he still plays with a chip on his shoulder, like he's got something to prove. In the discussion, Kaufman-Renn tries to thread it inside. Great hustle by Lawyer to come up with the loose ball, and then a foul on Cheravino.
Purdue this game. Talked about it earlier, but the 2 games last year
has been on this end of the court by the Boilers. They have just been dialed in defensively. Nothing has come easy for the Wildcats. There's Martinelli inside and gets it to go. We'll go to the line off a nice feed from Luke Hunger.
Out of the scenario, Luke Hunger with that beautiful feed. See if they can build off of this.
Wyndham, long 3. And nice offensive rebound. Hunger held ball. Will go to Purdue. It's real teeth. They were the teeth he already lost this year. Just the false teeth that he had put in.
Oh, man.
And Braden Smith continuing to kick the Cats in the mouth. He will go to the free throw line.
Off his feet, gets enough contact, and goes off glass. Pretty.
And of course, it almost goes without saying. I mean, you lose the 2-time National Player of the Year, and Zach Edey was such a dominant presence. And I think they're still kind of trying to figure out what's the best way for us to play as more of a guard-driven team as Cheravino hits out of the corner. But I'd say they've figured out some things here.
Areas here this afternoon, so starting to really round into the type of shape that they'd like to see, getting into the teeth of the conference play.
Smith the alley-oop. And Burgess throws it down. Check Ken-Pop. Like, this is a team that is in that category. They were 21st defensively coming into this game, but Purdue has completely dismantled the Cats as Cheravino knocks that one away. Here's Wyndham ahead of the pack, but he gets the lay-in. It's a rare sight indeed, a transfer from Stony Brook. Just his 4th game of the year. He's only played 11 minutes. This is Fitzmaurice. Now Cheravino out of the corner, and Angelo Cheravino, I mean, if there is one bright spot for Northwestern here tonight. There's Burgess inside. Well defended by the Cats, and McNally passes for Northwestern. Now Burgess is down behind the play as Barnhizer lays it in. And Burgess to Barnhizer.
If I'm Brooks, Barnhizer, I'm looking every time down to try to score. This game might be out of hand, but he could definitely. Oh, what an effort.
Trey Kaufman-Renn. Now, in what has been an absolute walk in the park for Purdue. Cheravino missing out of the corner. Boilermakers on top by 23 in what has been arguably their best performance of the year. Kaufman-Renn to first for the Jam. Hoops on the Big Ten Network today. Illinois battling Washington next. After that 32-point win at Oregon, that was the large. Kaufman-Renn can't finish. No foul called. And certainly wanted one there, perhaps justifiably. On the other end now, Cheravino hits the 3. Angelo Cheravino having a really good game. Now with a career-high 15. I get the sense he'll be seeing it more here, Steve.
There's no doubt. He and KJ Wyndham. You know, you talked about their struggles in terms of defensively, but that's most freshmen.
A great rebound by Cox. Recruited, Matt Painter was actually looking at a different player at an AAU turn.
His attempts at the line.
260s on the bench. Ryan Waddell has come in, number 11 for the first time for Purdue, junior out of Carmel, Indiana. And Martinelli is fouled. Northwestern
comes and it's really disrupted what both of those players.
1GMB ball on X, and then follow 10 turnovers. Those two have more turnovers today than Northwestern averages on the season coming in. They have just not had any answer for this Purdue defense as Wyndham hits the runner.
In trouble with their coaches, Dave, because now you've shown the coaches what you're capable of doing. So if you're slacking and not doing what you need to do defensively, they'll point this out.
Raleigh Burgess hitting the three, so he has come back on the court after getting a blow to the face. And none the worse for wear, hitting the three out of the corner, a guy that Matt Painter is really high on.
Purdue with their embarrassment of riches up front.
Bill Berg here the last couple of games. He had a sprain.
Good to see him on the floor after having that injury there.
As we mentioned, Jacobson is out for the rest of the year. Berg and Jacobson are the two. Blake Barkley, number 4 in there for Northwestern. Another guy plays very little. In fact, he hasn't played since the season opener. Another nice offensive board. Bucks the other way for Purdue. There's Waddell. Cut off on the baseline, and Wyndham comes up with the steal, and Sheravino will throw it down ahead of the pack.
Wyndham and Sheravino hooking up once again. Youthful backcourt. Looking at the future of Northwestern basketball right here.
They have a teen recruiting class nationally coming in next year. So they'll be in a bit of a youth movement.
And then the family. And you Illini fans don't.
A pretty cool story. Phoenix still having a really nice high school career. St. Ignatius in Chicago.
Yes.
Chris Collins is going to have to figure out how to pick up the pieces from this performance. He's not too worried about next year. He's worried about next week. As Barkley, a nice strong take there. If you go through a little bit of a cold streak, helping to keep your head above water. Of course, lost on a 3 by Josh Dix at the buzzer against Iowa as Berg is tripped and falls down. Tripped over the feet of Sher.
Win your home games and try to split on the road. So to these Boilers, I mean, they were locked and loaded from the jump here this afternoon. And defensively, I think they just gave the cheat code on how to defend Brooks Barnheiser and Nick Martinelli.
Well, it puts a lot of onus on the other guys, right? You got Leach or Barry has to make you pay for that as Mullins misses the 3. Sheravino, holy cow. He has played in this year as Sheravino cannot get to 20 points, at least not yet, and it doesn't seem like he'll get another shot at it as Purdue will take the air out of this one. The Boilermakers, impressive from the word go, Stephen.
Oh, it was a master class in defending the only duo in the country that averages 20 apiece per.
25th straight home win for the Boilermakers, the 3rd longest streak in Purdue history as they win for the 54th time in their last 50